Hey, what's up, guys? Jake here, getting back to some Fatal 12 demo. We're finally going to the amusement park and we're gonna have a great old time. So let's get going. 1 hour after the park opened, we finally passed through the hellish queue to get in. We came an hour early, but it turns out others came even earlier than that. Maybe even 2 hours early. Well, at least we didn't have to wait in line for tickets, thanks to asking Mao to pick them up beforehand. Still, we totally underestimated how busy it would be during Golden Week. Didn't we already say it was going to be the most busy time of the year? Phew! Finally inside. Want to take a quick selfie? She didn't even wait for a response before snapping some pictures. Some with me, some with Miharu, some just by herself. You know, your battery's gonna die if you're always taking pictures. Way to be an absolute killjoy, dude. No worries, I've got a power bank with me. I wouldn't mind taking a picture with you, Rinka. Yeah, let's all squish together then, this'll be great. Dude, her jacket is baller as shit. I don't know how it's not falling off right now, it's not even covering her shoulders, but whatever. I don't mind, but hey, might as well get a picture of you two together. Wow, we look great. Naomi tries to hide her bewilderment through awkward laughter. Nailed it. Cool, get out those purses, ladies. Time to splurge. Already, shouldn't we actually ride some of the attractions first? I agree. I'm typically not a fan of roller coasters, but I might be fine if I'm sitting beside Rinka. Oh, girls, get in line, take a number. Aw, but remember, these theme parks are all about the cute trinkets you can buy. Oh yeah, there's a parade later on I want to see. You down, Naorin? I'd like to see the parade too, but I'll leave the decisions to you three. Looks like Naomi's decided to just go with the flow. Classic Naomi, am I right? Can't blame her either. Pitching an idea to this group is kinda difficult. You know, the closest thing from here is Brilliant Tower. Seems like it's a free-fall ride. Love it, let's go. I wouldn't want to wait in another line. Apparently they have tickets here and they'll let you skip ahead of the line, but they're a limited amount. I looked into that myself while we were waiting to get in. We wouldn't be able to use them for another hour because it's so busy, but it might be worth getting some now. Sounds good. Let's check out the shops while we pick those up. The parade isn't until later in the day, so let's decide if we want to see that or not after they're getting some rides in. Whoa, Leader Rinka up in here. I'm fine with that plan. I'll leave everything to you. And with that, we made our way over to the ticket machine. I can feel myself getting excited about how fun today will be. And then we blacked out. Great, amazing. Wow, it got scary dark. The sky was pitch black when closing time loomed near, allowing all the fancy illuminations to light up the park. Me and Miharu take a rest on one of the benches near the entrance. Since Mao and Naomi split off from us to buy something they forgot to get earlier. Oh my god, are we gonna make out? Ugh, nothing but couples around here. You wanna sit somewhere else? No, make your move, girl, make your move! Hardly surprising considering we're at a theme park on a holiday. Still, it feels awkward sitting around people who are openly flirting with each other. Gross. I try to get up so we can move somewhere else, but Miharu grabs onto my sleeve and stops me. Oh, wow. Wow, she is adorable as fuck. No, let's stay here. Just for a little bit longer. No, dude, no, we are staying. You cannot pay me enough money to leave. Also, can we talk about how fucking gorgeous the art in this game is? Look at this shit. That's unreal. Okay then. Today's just truly been a good day. It's not often you respond like that after all. It's not often she wears such a shy expression either. Are you fucking kidding me? That's just her face. She looks no different than usual. She's usually a lot more outspoken, but something seems to be on her mind now. Yeah, man, she wants to get all smoochy on that face, dude. Hell yeah. Soon after, people start to gather around us to see the impending parade. Seems like we picked a pretty good spot by coincidence, judging by the number of onlookers. The only issue is it'll be hard to meet back up with Mao and Naomi if it gets any more packed. So I try to move again. Why, dude? We're having a good time. Miharu maintains her refusal to let go of my sleeve, though, and I fail to find the words to make her stop. Ooh, I know a good word. How about stop? The silence between us continues. Look what you're doing. You're making her uncomfortable. Stop. This isn't normal. People tend to get the wrong impression about her, since she rarely talks to anyone other than us. But she actually has a great sense of humor. She enjoys talking about the most meaningless stuff, too. And yet here we sit in utter silence. She's looking a bit shy, but there's determination in her expression as well. So I can't bring myself to say anything. This is not determination. This is, I'm about to piss myself. The park staff sets up barricades near the bench during this time to make sure no one can get in the way of the parade, before they start to organize people into lines. We could just stay seated, but doing so while the rest of the crowd waits around all excited feels too awkward. Hey Rinka. Don't know who's talking. We speak at the same time, possibly because we're thinking the same thing. Let's make out! What's up?
You go first.
Oh, I just wanted to say today was fun, and we should totes make out.
It really was.
Want to stay and watch the parade? I'll send Mao a message if you do.
I'd love to. This is the first time I've been to a theme park.
The first time you've been to a theme park? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? And what, like, why? God, your life must be so hollow and empty.
So I was curious about the parade.
What? Is it the first time you've seen a parade too? Spoiler alert, parades fucking suck. A bunch of people walk by and then it's over. Who fucking cares?
I rarely go anywhere with my family, and I tend to stay in at night.
God only knows why. You're drop dead gorgeous, girl. Is that so? Her only response to me is a smile. My God, she's too adorable for words. Back to an awkward silence. The only difference is she has a downcast expression now. No, she doesn't. Which morphs into one of worry. No, it doesn't. But then a hint of determination returns. No, it didn't. She just smiled the whole time.
What I wanted to say earlier was...
As soon as she starts, the people around us begin to cheer. God fucking damn it, I just want to know what she had to say! Immediately after, all the park illuminations go dark, which signals the start of some lively music. Looks like the parade's starting. Don't interrupt her! She was about to confess her love! Just let that happen!
It sure is.
God damn it. I'm very frustrated right now. The sheer amount of noise coming from the parade makes it impossible for us to talk while it's going on. Regardless, just seeing it was enough for me. It's one of those things you can just sit back and appreciate. The parade comes to an end about half an hour later. Oh my God, half an hour of a parade? Jesus Christ, this must be hell. Part of me was still entranced even after the park illuminations sparked back on. Once most of the people who had come to see moved on, I told Miharu we should go too. And obviously I didn't care what she had to say because I'm a terrible human being. She slowly loosens her grip on my sleeve before standing. Oh, she was holding on to me the whole time. That's so adorable.
That was very pretty.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad we watched it.
I hope this isn't the last time we all go out together like this.
She says this with a dramatically different tone of voice. You should have told me that ahead of time. I use the same tone of voice. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more chances. Not like we're parting ways anytime soon or I'm gonna get blown up on a train. That would be crazy town.
Right. Thanks, Rinka. Hearing that is enough to keep me going.
Are you okay? You look so sad. Next event is the fireworks display in August, I guess. I haven't talked to Mao about it yet, but let's all go do that too. And make sure to emphasize we should all go.
Definitely.
She replies with one clear, simple word. So clear, in fact, it worried me a little. You wouldn't be so firm about planning a night out with friends. Why wouldn't you? And my phone vibrates. Mao just sent me a message, and when I turn around upon reading it, but with her and Naomi are walking towards us. Oh, here they come. Let's get going then. Miharu?
Oh, sorry. I just spaced out for a second. Let's meet up with them.
I wave the two of them over after she says that. Cool. Good. Go team. We did it, boys. And then we're back home. This is great. The first thing I do when I get home is take a good shower. Really, because I usually take a bad shower when I get back from things, you know? Today was absolutely exhausting, so my body insists that I dive straight into bed afterwards. Today was fun, I said to no one in particular. I'm not exactly rolling in money, so I couldn't buy much, but I did come home with something precious. The love of a friend. I'm sure I don't need to say what it is either. But it'd be nice if you did anyways. My gran even got back to me about relatively cheap and tasty beans, as well as a way for beginners to make decent drip coffee. School's back in session tomorrow as well, so I need to make sure I teach Naomi properly. Once I hop into bed, my eyes are drawn to a certain book on my bookshelf. I still haven't told Naomi about the cards inside. I should do that when she comes over to learn the coffee brewing technique. I turn my light off, ready to fall asleep. Yep, today was really fun. I find myself repeating the same thing I said moments ago. We're still a few ways off from the fireworks display in August, but I'm already looking forward to it. There's no doubt we'll do plenty of other stuff before that, too. So I figured anyway, I still had no idea what was in store for me. I never even considered the possibility of my daily life being disrupted by something far beyond my imagination. What a dramatic thing to say. I hope everything turns out okay. That's reassuring. That's double reassuring. Morning already? It doesn't feel like I'd been asleep very long, but that might just be because I was so exhausted last night. Good evening, my little slaves of fate. Oh, you certainly took your time, numero I. I was wrong. I haven't woken up. This is the same thing that's been happening to me these last few nights. I'm still asleep, and yet conscious for some reason, almost like a dream of sorts. Slowly but surely, I open my eyes. Oh my god, a clock! What a shock! The sight that greets me is one I could have never imagined. A number of gears float amidst infinite darkness. I gaze up and notice a faint ray of light piercing said darkness. Then it finally registers I'm standing up, not lying down. I find myself on a circular platform, about 3 meters in diameter. A witness stand, like one you'd see in court, is attached to the platform. I've only ever seen one in news and on TV shows. Even more baffling is the platform seems to be floating. It's attached to a much larger circle, but floats independently of it. This is just one of 12 platforms by my count, all of which are arranged within a circular pattern, like a clock's face. As if in support of this analogy, the platform on which I stand is labeled with a Roman numeral, I. In the center of these concentric circles are massive clock hands, slowly ticking away. Objection! What the hell? Where is this? Clocktown, dude.
What? Why of all people are you here?
I inhale sharply the moment I hear that voice. The platform beside me, which would be no Roman numeral II, has none other than Miharu standing on it. Excuse me, numero 1. I suggest you refrain from calling her by name. Okay, I chose a really weird voice for her, but in my defense, I didn't know it was a girl. A voice I don't recognize stops me. I look in the direction from which it came only to see a small girl with white hair. Huh? You're walking on thin air. How you do that? Unlike the rest of us, she wasn't standing on a circular platform. She was walking on the air. She was walking around on nothing at all. She takes another step forward, stopping on the subsection attaching our platforms together. The hem of her skirt flutters up slightly, which reveals her slender thighs. Okay, cool, yeah, let's objectify the goddess who's here, that's fine. Her hair is as fluffy as her clothes, which is a weird way to describe hair, but fine. The latter of which resembles the attire worn by a foreign noble. The hat nested on her tiny head is kind of cute, too. Our eyes meet as we turn to face one another. You will address me as Paka, goddess of destiny, and the supervisor of divine selection. In simpler terms, I am an existence far above you mortals. You want to run that by me again, or like, aha! I see the shock caused by your death resulted in slightly stunted memory retention. I'm fairly certain I explained things to you once already, but alas, allow me to repeat myself. Well, this is certainly awkward, because that was a different voice last time, but that's fine, I'm a god of many voices. Sorry, I guess? I have no idea what you're talking about, though.
Could I not explain things faster if you kept your mouth shut tight? She sighs again, obviously unimpressed. Her attitude towards me, despite her being visibly younger, makes me want to keep interrupting her.
That's great, because we really need to stall out this scene.
So you were able to enjoy the past few days like normal, simply because you forgot? In that case, you're better off listening to her, for your own sake. Let me rephrase that. Please listen to her. Just shut your stupid whore mouth and let the goddess talk, okay?
Right.
Are you quite finished? If so, the rest of you may take this as an opportunity to refresh your own memories. She makes her way along a clock hand in the center of the clock face. Clock, 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 clock. She continues her explanation mid-step, her tone as elegant as they come. All of you gathered here found yourselves at the juncture of causality, and thus have been granted an opportunity to escape death itself. We call the process involved in affording this opportunity divine selection.
What a creative name for the thing.
As stated before, my name is Parka, Goddess of Destiny. We have a mere 12 weeks, 11 excluding tonight, to spend together, but I hope they will prove fruitful nonetheless.
Oh, are we gonna have to kill each other? That's not what I want. I don't want to kill adorable girl number 2. Also, how much you want to bet Naomi's one of these 12? She almost has to be. She died on the train with me and yet continues to be alive.
She reaches the center of the clock by the time she finishes her self-introduction. She then stands tall, pinches her skirt, and bobs a curtsy to us before continuing her explanation. Under normal circumstances, all 12 of you would be gathered in one location at the exact same time 12 weeks from now, when divine selection ends.
My god, she has crazy eyes. Damn.
However, your lives all came to an end before that could occur. You were all in different locations, yet amusingly enough, your deaths occurred at the exact same moment in time. This occurrence is what we refer to as the juncture of causality.
Man, these names are fucking terrible. God damn, there's so many words.
The juncture of causality. Okay, sure, why not? Fuck it. Call it whatever you want, but I'm struggling to keep up.
Rinka's not a terribly clever girl, is she?
If what she's saying is true, then me and Miharu, not to mention the others here, we're dead. That can't be right, though. I've been living my life normally until now, if you discount that part where I died. So, am I a ghost? That'd make even less sense.
Would it? It would make exactly the same amount of sense if you ask me, but fine.
Confused though I may be, I listen to what this girl has to say. Location is irrelevant during this occurrence, as your individual consciousness transcends the mortal coil the moment you die. I'm sure you've all experienced something similar while alive. I believe dreaming is the term used to refer to it. To that effect, let us refer to this as the dream world. I was up all night thinking of that one. A world you visit in your dreams, whatever shall I call it? I know, dream world! This world has many facets. Not only does it serve as one of many parallel worlds, but it also acts as an individual mental world, while simultaneously combined with humanity's collective dormant consciousness. Isn't that exciting? A world that theoretically does not exist, subsisting in a fragile state. Some work was required in order for you all to be cognizant of such a world. It is for that purpose I created the Court of Fate, where you all now stand.
I take in my surroundings.
No walls, no ceiling, just clock. Calling this place a court does feel fitting, considering how odd it is.
Yeah, because whenever something's weird, I'm like, what do I call it? A court, obviously. Like basketball courts, that's super duper weird.
Bestowing a name upon that which does not exist is the simplest, most effective way to instill meaning. I do hope you keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah, I guess we're done. Cut the crap and let me put a name for it already.
A man's voice cut in as if to silence Parka. A voice originated from a platform to my right, emblazoned with the Roman numeral Xi.
Is that Prince? Is Prince here? Hello? I mean, I guess he did die, but I don't think he came back to life for 12 weeks.
The man standing there has brown skin. He's tall and muscular, with a hardened face. I assume he's from the Middle East. Actually, wait a minute. Isn't it odd that both Parker and this guy can speak Japanese?
Is that weird? I feel like it's not.
Why didn't I realize that sooner? Everyone sounded so natural the thought never crossed my mind.
Oh, nothing good comes from being impatient. I'm about to mention the most important parts.
She gives a stern yet composed warning.
Let us return to the topic at hand. Of the 12 present, only one will be able to realize the rest of their fate. The cause of your deaths have been temporarily silenced, while divine selection proceeds, but this will be undone for all those eliminated during it. Not only that, but any events in the real world caused by an eliminated member will also be undone during this period. That's not confusing at all, I know. It may be wise to consider yourselves' existences removed from the natural state of the world until divine selection has run its course. In other words, you cannot die by any means other than divine selection, although injuries and the like will occur as normal.
So we're immortal for 12 weeks. That's a pretty good deal.
I certainly hope this answers your silly questions, numeral I.
She shoots me a sharp glance before she continues to speak.
I feel like that really just raised more questions, but fine, let's pretend like that answered all my questions.
Much as I'd rather not, it's hard to feign ignorance after hearing her explain things this much.
So, let me just make sure I got this. All 12 of us are here to kill one another.
You are 90% correct, my dear. No killing will go on in here, however. How uncouth that would be. We are all gentlemen here, obviously. Instead, you'll simply erase one another. One cannot kill that which is already dead, after all.
That which is dead can never die.
That was a Game of Thrones reference. You guys probably haven't heard of that show. It's kind of underground, but it's pretty good. Give it a look.
Such an unpleasant description.
Miharu and I aren't the only ones to react either. The others have their own thoughts to share on the matter, too. Parker's voice, along with all of ours, resounding throughout the court so we can hear each other speak. I don't have it in me to take a good look at the others gathered. My eyes are glued to the person on platform BI. She sits in the fetal position, lifeless, almost as if asleep.
I mean, this is a good time for a nap, right?
I went back to focusing on Parker after that, in an attempt to take my mind off the uneasiness welling up in me. I can decide whether or not to believe this after she finishes.
3 cards are required in order to eliminate someone.
Oh, are we playing poker? Dude, I'm baller at poker.
Each of you have been dealt cards detailing a name, a cause of death, and a regret. These represent the present, past, and the future, respectively. You all have a personal card with information regarding to yourselves, so I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, that answers all possible questions about these cards.
Of course, divine selection requires its participants to have some manner of clue in order to proceed. So you've all been allocated 3 cards with random information regarding to your peers. What you need to do now is gather the remaining cards on your own. Obtaining information on the other participants is key, as this information will mold itself in the form of a card. Said information will be gathered in the real world. Follow this procedure, and you're certain to obtain additional cards without issue. The sole object that links this world with reality is the card book you were appointed. Behold!
I cast my eyes down as she mentions the book. What I initially thought was some kind of handrail is actually a book stand. Resting upon it, a single book. An auburn-colored cover with gold leaf gears decorating it.
Huh. Why is this book here? Have you not been paying attention at all, girl?
I opened it up, only to discover it's identical to the one at Lion House.
No fucking shit, idiot.
Whoa! A bright light pours from it all of a sudden. I closed my eyes on instinct and slowly opened them again when I noticed the light gradually fading away. What greets me now are 4 cards, one lined up beside the other, floating above the book itself. I, name, Shishimi Rinka. I, name, Federico Carminati. IV, cause of death, fire. IX, regret, gold medal. Each card has its own details written on them. Only one card has my own information written on it, though. Maybe that's thanks to my memory being fuzzy? The other 3 have information on the others, so 4 total. I catch myself peeking over at Maharu, but I can't see anything due to the light pouring from a book.
We're not allowed to know what cards other people have. Not even how many.
That explains the bright light stopping me from seeing anything.
Maharu gives a concise explanation of her discovery. She must have noticed me looking over at her. Meanwhile, Paka pays us no mind, opting instead to continue her explanation.
The election order is decided after each participant decides what they wish to do. Keep in mind the numbers you have been assigned will not prevent anyone from electing another.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Should the person you opt to elect you in response,
Whoever reveals one personal card to the other remaining participants earns election priority. Literally none of those words mean anything to me. She continues her explanation to proclaim that if both reveal a personal card, they're required to reveal another.
Seriously don't understand what's happening, but let's continue.
If both parties reveal all 3 cards, a stalemate occurs, which results in all other participants receiving their information and running the risk of being elected. Nothing more.
Oh, we like vote someone off the island every week, I think. So this is Anime Survivor. Okay, I got it.
We only have 3 pieces of information, so revealing just one is risky enough. Conversely, if you refuse to reveal a personal card, you'll be eliminated. I've only got 1 personal card. What's up with that? Parker moves on before I can ask.
another point to stress is regarding successive elections. For example, numeral I elects numero XII and numero 3 rejects numero 1. Should numero 1 succeed in eliminating numeral XII, then numeral 3 is given the opportunity to eliminate numeral I. Once all have decided whether or not to elect someone, said elections will take place in chronological order based on your numero. So concludes the basic rules governing divine selection. However, know that a scenario can involve numero I electing numero XII, and numero XII elects numero 3. Should numero I succeed in eliminating numero XOI, numero XII 3 is null and void.
What is that sentence? Oh my god. What is even happening? God, I'll just take the hit, dude. Just let me die in a bomb explosion. It's fine. Anything would be better than learning these fucking rules.
In such a case, where the procedure grows more complex, the order becomes fixed so as to ensure the maximum number of eliminations possible.
Hearing you explain all that makes me realize the meaning behind these cards. I ended up dying at some point without realizing it, and now I'm being forced to take part in this ordeal. It's why I was given these cards.
Really? Like, I don't get it, but like Rinka Double doesn't get it. She's just realizing maybe she died. You know?
She calls it divine selection, but this whole thing, collecting cards and eliminating others, it's practically a game with our futures at stake. Gathering information on complete strangers is an easy task, but so long as you can manage that, then...
So it's basically over should anyone gather all 3 pieces of information about you, right? That's just...
That does seem to be a solid strategy where you can keep yourself safe.
My eyes are fixed to Maharu after hearing her, as I hope she'll continue.
How about, did I read that in the wrong voice? I did read that in the wrong voice. Whatever, it's too late.
It involves holding the 3 cards relevant to whoever elects you. You can just use those cards to protect yourself, causing both you and the cards of whoever elected you to disappear. Or so I assume. You can use those to protect yourself, causing both your and the cards of whoever elected you to disappear, so I assume. They won't be able to elect you after that, but you won't be able to elect them either. But if the one who elects you opts to reveal one of their personal cards in response, they cancel your defense. That's the gist, right?
Indeed! I'm glad at least one of you can recount the details.
What happens if those 2 end up being the only 2 remaining participants?
We can cross that bridge if we ever reach it.
She makes it clear she has nothing else to add. I try to interject, but she ignores me.
Okay, rude.
That's not all, though. There's a way to escape being eliminated even if you're elected, isn't there?
A grin flashes across Parker's face in response.
For example, if one participant is elected by two others at the same time, both have to fight for the right to elect them. And, as Parker said before, they'd have to reveal one personal card for that, right?
Does the election get canceled if neither chooses to reveal a personal card?
Oh, you certainly have your wits about you. Yes, that is correct. Maharu closes her book when she notices Parker about to continue her explanation.
Oh my god.
I try to close mine, but it forces itself back open until the cards can make their way back inside.
Yeah, you kind of need those.
After they had, I could close it just fine. Seeing real objects behave like a smartphone app is a bit weird. Keep in mind, each individual can only make one election per night. The election itself begins once all participants have decided whether or not to take part. Should one participant obtain all three pieces of information with the relevant revelation of another's personal card, they must wait until the next night to elect them. Looks like there's a proper procedure for all this. First, everyone has to decide if they want to elect someone, and once they've made that choice, the election itself begins. I can tell the rules she's explaining are vital, so I try my best to keep up, despite my persistent confusion. There is a merit to eliminating another participant, I should note. In doing so, you have the right to take one of the cards they held. In exchange, though...
This has gone on far too long. I agree, dude. This video is like 10 hours long. Jesus Christ.
The same voice that interrupted her earlier speaks out again.
Shut up, Prince.
Hey, don't, please. Please spare me, Bill.
Shut up. You don't have the luxury of babbling on like this either, goddess.
The man clearly has no sympathy for the woman pleading with him. In fact, he seems to feel nothing at all, much like Parker. Very well then, let us begin. Tonight's election shall now take place.
Oh my god, well now that we've talked for 5 years about an election that I don't understand, I'm gonna take a break and just cool down, process all of those rules, and come back to this one in like a week. So thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you like that, don't forget to like and subscribe, and be sure to tune in next week for the world's most confusing election, which might involve somebody dying, who the fuck knows. But I'll see you guys then.